Hello and welcome. Today we continue our magical journey with Alice in Wonderland, Chapter 2, The Pool of Tears, told in easy English. In the last chapter, Alice followed a white rabbit and fell into a strange world. Now things are getting even more unusual. Alice grows bigger, then smaller, and suddenly finds herself swimming in a pool made from her own tears. This story is told in clear and simple English, so you can relax, listen, and improve your English at the same time. Get comfortable, take a deep breath, and let's go back to Wonderland. Chapter 2, The Pool of Tears. "Curiouser and curiouser," cried Alice. She was so surprised that she forgot how to speak properly. "Now I'm getting bigger, like the longest telescope ever. Goodbye, feet," she said, looking down. Her feet were so far away that she could hardly see them. "Oh, my poor little feet. Who will put on your shoes and socks for you now? I'm sure I won't be able to reach you. I'll be too far away. You will have to take care of yourselves. But I must be kind to them," she thought, "or maybe they won't walk where I want to go. Let me see. I'll give them new boots every Christmas." She continued thinking about this. "They will have to get the boots by post," she said. "How funny that will be, sending presents to my own feet, and the address will look so strange. Alice's right foot, Esquire, hearthrug, near the fender, with Alice's love. Oh dear, what silly things I'm saying." Just then, her head hit the ceiling of the hall. She was now more than 9 feet tall. She quickly picked up the little golden key and hurried to the garden door. Poor Alice. She had to lie on her side just to look through the door with one eye. Getting through was impossible. She sat down and started to cry again. "You should be ashamed," she said to herself. "A big girl like you crying like this? Stop right now." But she could not stop. She cried so much that her tears made a big pool around her. It was about 4 inches deep and spread across half of the hall. After a while, she heard small footsteps. She quickly wiped her eyes to see who was coming. It was the White Rabbit. He looked very smart, wearing white gloves and carrying a fan. He was in a hurry and talking to himself. "Oh dear, the Duchess. She will be very angry if I'm late." Poor Alice felt very unhappy and wanted help from anyone. When the rabbit came close, she spoke in a quiet voice. "Excuse me, sir." The rabbit jumped in fear, dropped his gloves and fan, and ran away into the dark. Alice picked up the gloves and the fan. The hall was very hot, so she used the fan while she talked to herself. "How strange everything is today. Yesterday, everything was normal. I wonder if I changed during the night. Was I the same when I woke up? I think I felt a little different. But if I'm not the same, then who am I? That is the big question." She thought about the girls she knew. "I'm sure I'm not Ada. She has long curly hair, and I don't. And I can't be Mabel. I know many things, and she knows very little. Besides, she is she, and I am I. Oh dear, this is so confusing. I'll check if I still know the things I learned. 4 times 5 is 12. 4 times 6 is 13. Oh dear, I'll never get to 20 like this. Maybe the multiplication table is wrong too. Let's try geography. London is the capital of Paris, and Paris is the capital of Rome. No, that's all wrong. I must have changed into Mabel." She tried to say a poem she knew, but the words came out wrong. "I'm sure those are not the right words," she said, and started crying again. "I must be Mabel. I'll have to live in her small house and have almost no toys, and so many lessons to learn. No, I won't go back. If I'm Mabel, I'll stay here. If they call me, I'll say, 'Who am I? Tell me first.' Oh dear, I wish someone would come. I'm so tired of being alone." She looked at her hands and was surprised. She was wearing one of the rabbit's gloves. How did that happen? She thought. I must be getting smaller again. She went to the table to measure herself. She was now about 2 feet tall and still getting smaller. She saw that the fan was causing it, so she quickly dropped it just in time. That was close, she said, feeling scared but happy to still be there. Now, the garden. She ran back to the little door, but the door was closed again and the golden key was on the table. Things are worse than ever, she thought. I've never been this small before. Suddenly, she slipped and splash. She fell into salt water up to her chin. At first, she thought she had fallen into the sea, but soon she realized it was the pool of tears she had cried when she was big. I wish I hadn't cried so much, she said, swimming. Now I might drown in my own tears. That would be very strange, but everything is strange today. Soon she heard something moving in the water. At first she thought it was a big animal, but then she remembered she was small now. It was only a mouse. She thought maybe she could talk to it. Everything is unusual here, so maybe it can speak. She said, "Oh, mouse, do you know the way out of this pool? I am very tired of swimming." She remembered from her brother's Latin book that this was how to speak politely to a mouse. The mouse looked at her, but said nothing. Maybe it doesn't understand English, she thought. Maybe it's French. So she said, "Où est ma chatte?" The mouse jumped out of the water in fear. "Oh, I'm sorry," Alice said quickly. "I forgot you don't like cats." "Not like cats," said the mouse angrily. "Would you like cats if you were me?" "Well, maybe not," Alice said, kindly. "But our cat Dinah is very sweet." She started talking about Dinah, but the mouse looked more and more upset. "Oh dear, I'm sorry again. We won't talk about cats." "Good," the mouse said, still shaking. "Our family hates cats, horrible animals." "I won't mention them again," Alice said. "Do you like dogs?" But the mouse swam away quickly. "Please come back," Alice called. "We won't talk about cats or dogs." The mouse slowly came back. "Let's get to the shore," it said. "Then I'll tell you my story, and you'll understand why I hate cats and dogs." The pool was now full of animals and birds that had fallen in. There was a duck, a dodo, a lory, an eaglet, and many other strange creatures. Alice led them all, and they swam together to the shore. And that was Chapter 2, The Pool of Tears, from Alice in Wonderland. Alice has met some very unusual animals and is about to hear an interesting story from the mouse. Wonderland is becoming stranger and more exciting with every chapter. If you enjoyed this easy English audiobook, don't forget to like the video, share your favorite part in the comments, subscribe to continue learning English with stories. See you in the next chapter of Alice's Adventure in Wonderland.